In today's story, it's the classic like flip-flop, where the people who had good things don't get such good things, and the people who had only darkness, they get all of the light. God said to Isaiah, "Hey Isaiah, go and get a pen and write this name down, Mahershala Hashbaz." And I do apologize that I probably am butchering that name. And God says, "Bring in this guy to be a witness so that he can see that I told you to do the thing and that it is there." And so Isaiah does it, and then he goes home, and his wife becomes pregnant, and she gives birth to a son. And they name him Mahershala Hashbaz. And God says, "Look, before this boy is old enough to be able to call you my father and my mother, then all of the wealth of Samaria and Damascus is going to be taken away as plunder to the land of Assyria." And God says, "Look, you have not trusted in the flowing waters that I have given you, the peaceful and good and quiet waters that protect you and provide life for you. Instead, you have depended on the flowing waters of some other nation, these kings of Assyria and blah, blah, blah. Why would you do such a thing? So those nations are going to come over you like a flood." And there's a cry that goes out. It says, "Look, all of you nations, get ready for war, because war is coming and destruction is coming, but you will not be able to stand against us because the Lord is with us." And God says, "Look, Isaiah, I don't want you to get wrapped up in conspiracy theories. There's going to be a lot of different conspiracies that come and go through the ages, but I want you to depend on the Lord and trust Him trust Him only, that He is holy and that He is in control of all of the things that are going on. And God will be a sanctuary for you if you depend on Him. But the people who don't depend on Him, like Israel and Judah, they are not going to get a sanctuary. Instead, God to them is going to be a rock that causes them to stumble, or a snare that traps them. So bind up the testimony among all of the people who truly follow me, and wait for me," God says. "Even though I'm hiding my face from the people of Israel and Judah right now, wait for me, because I look after the people who are mine." And Isaiah says, "Look, we are signs. I and my children are signs of what the Lord has said." People tell us, "Why don't you just go ask the fortune teller, or go to the witch doctor, or have your palm read, or try some crystals?" And Isaiah says, "No. Why would I ever consult the dead on behalf of the living? I have the Lord. I can go to Him." And all of these people who are trusting in all of these other things and not looking to God, they're going to wander around throughout the land, and they're going to be so hungry, and they're going to look up at the sky, and they're going to say, "The government is not taking care of us, and God is not taking care of us." But they're not going to turn to God, which really would be the best thing to do. Sorry, that was commentary. I try very hard not to give commentary in these stories, but just to tell you what they say. And by the way, sometimes I make mistakes, so definitely go back and read it for yourself. And these people who are cursing God, they are just going to wander around, and they're going to be in darkness and great gloom. But there are some people who used to wander around in darkness, but they are not going to be in darkness. You see, there's this land in Naphtali and Zebulun, Galilee of the Gentiles, by the Jordan, and those people who used to walk around in distress, they're going to have a bright light. The light is going to shine on them, and it's going to be amazing. They used to be little people, but they are going to be enlarged, and they are going to be filled with great joy. And you used to walk under a heavy burden. And you used to have weapons of war, and you used to have boots that you wore into war, and cloaks that you wore into war, and you tried to clean them, but they still kind of bloodstained and stuff. And so during that time, because of this great light and this great peace that God is bringing on these people who used to live in darkness, they're going to get to use all of that old war stuff, and they're just going to use it for fire, and they're just going to burn it up, and it's going to be amazing. And there's going to be somebody who comes to them, and He is going to be called Wonderful Counselor, Prince of Peace, and Almighty God. And the government is going to be on His shoulders, and He is going to be the king who reigns and rules on David's throne. And He is going to be one who stands up for justice and for righteousness. And how is this going to come about? Only by the zeal of the Lord.